Dandelion, a great cleanser for your body. Dandelion is a medicinal plant that acts as a great cleanser to clean the toxins that accumulate in our body from poor diet, bad habits and sedentary lifestyle, etc. In this article, we will explain all the properties of dandelion. It is especially beneficial for people who suffer from hypertension, gout, fluid retention, skin problems, etc. It is also an edible plant that you can substitute coffee with. Dandelion, known as Taraxacum medicinal in Latin, grows naturally at the edges of many fields and gardens, and is characterized by its jagged leaves and its yellow flower. Many people ignore this wild plant that has, within its reach, the ability to help you improve your health. That is why we are going to explain its uses and properties. Health benefits. Among other components, dandelion has vitamins A, B, and C, folic acid, potassium, silicon, iron, and tannins. Thanks to its composition, we will point out its main properties. It is cleansing. It cleans your body of toxins, which is why we especially recommend it for those health problems that require toxins to be eliminated, like cholesterol, uric acid or gout, diabetes, kidney stones, etc. It is diuretic because it helps you eliminate fluids and prevents the retention of them. It is especially great for cases of obesity from excessive fluids, when a person notices that they were bloated. Hepatoprotective, it protects your liver and bladder by naturally stimulating their function, which is why it can be very beneficial for cases of hepatitis. Improves kidney functioning, by facilitating urination and helping prevent cystitis and urethritis. Improves the digestive process and stimulates your appetite. It is great for lack of appetite or anorexia. It acts as a mild laxative. Improves the state of your skin with problems like zits, acne, hives, etc. And it also strengthens the healing of injuries. It has calming properties for circulatory problems of your limbs thanks to its amount of tannins, which is why it is useful in cases like varicose veins and hemorrhoids. It keeps your hair and skin healthy thanks to its content of silicon. Its iron content turns it into an excellent remedy for preventing and treating anemia. How to consume it. The most common way of consuming dandelion is in an infusion by boiling the plant's leaves and root. You can drink up to 3 cups a day. In order to do a good depurative cure, we recommend taking this doses between 1 and 3 months, according to the case. Extract. The extract, which you can buy directly in herbal stores and some dietary stores, has the same properties as an infusion but with a higher concentration, which is why it is very useful if you want to do a deeper cleanser to treat some health problems that we mentioned earlier. You can also put the extract in a bottle of water to drink it all day and thus strengthen its diuretic properties. Many people don't know that this wild plant is edible. If you have the chance to pick its tender leaves, you can add them to salads, omelets, or even make pesto sauce with them, by mixing it with other plants like basic or arugula. It is important to mention that it has a slightly bitter taste, which is exactly what confirms its properties for your liver and why you cannot add a lot of it. A very interesting recipe is to pick the flower buds before they have begun to open and put them in vinegar. Then, add them to salads and be surprised by its delicious flavor. The other name of this plant, Echinocoria, reminds you that it can also function as a coffee substitute. You should use the plant's roots, roasted and ground. In contrast to coffee, it has no caffeine content or other stimulants. To benefit from its properties, you should put the soft leaves on your skin. Mash them in a mortar and apply them directly as a wrap. Leave on for a half hour. Lastly, you can make local baths with a decoction of the plant. These are very useful for calming hemorrhoids and varicose veins. We recommend that you always speak with a doctor or therapist before doing any treatment with medicinal plants because they have contradictions or secondary effects if you eat too much of them.